Okay, so we're with Anna, and Anna's got this really cool. Is this is the bank teller for your game?
Hmm.
Is that right, Anna?
Yep.
And so you've been running Liquify on this, right?
Hmm.
And this was like where you first started. Too much
Hmm.
detail, you thought, and so you kind of pushed a little bit further. So I think you're coming great, and I love the idea of pushing um, the the curviness of everything. And I would just encourage you to do more of that. Do you know how to paint wood? Like once you get finally, like, do you want me to
In a
run a quick
way, but
demo?
I could definitely use a
Yeah.
refresher.
Well, let me just do a quick demo on that. So you probably, based on seeing this, you probably have layers that are the flats of these. If I click on Command, click on this, I get the flat of that, which is fantastic.
Mm.
Um, so what I'm going to do is there is a stroke on it or something, which I don't have. Maybe I have like lines later. But what I'll do is I'm going to go to select and I'm going to modify and I'm going to hit expand and then I'm going to assume 5 pixels is going to be it. We're going to guess it. It's pretty good. I need to go a little bit further. So select, modify, expand by another 5. Okay, that's pretty much got it. So Command H to hide the dancing ants. If you're new to that, to hide the selection, it will say hide Photoshop or hide others. You want it to say hide others and then it will hide what you're working on. So now above where you have all this painting, is this the new layer I just put on there, Anna? I think so.
I believe so.
I think so I'm going to call this wood paint. And I'm just going to detail this part of it for you, just a little demo on wood painting. So a couple of things to think about is, first of all, let's go with lighting. And I would light up the whole thing first, not just to go into detail, but I'm wanting you to get a sense of uh, how to do some of the detail. I'm going to grab this color, but I'm going to push way into dark and hit B for brush. And I've got Jason's nice. Just going to go and get a little bit of dark towards the bottom. Essentially, this whole outer edge, I would want it to be a little bit vignetted, which would be my recommendation. So that's the start of it. Now I'm going to grab I'm going to grab your light color and B for brush. I'm going to take Jason's nice brush, which is in the Susan Bonner pack, the Bonner pack. I'm going to just, and actually I'm at a low opacity. I'm at 30%. I'm going to hit 9. That's going to give me 90% opacity. A little bit bigger. And this is where I'm going to run my faux paint wood stroke. And you just kind of have fun with this. Once we make one of these, Anna, you'll just be able to duplicate it. But you see where I'm headed with this idea?
Hmm.
Okay, so now that I've kind of painted it, I'm going to grab the smudge tool. And I like the smudgy nice tool that's also in the Bonner brush set. And it's a little bit too cartoony, even for your piece, especially down here where you don't want the contrast to be. I'm going to take the strength down and I'm just going to do a blur. That's too much. I generally like the strength like at 10 or something like that, but this seems to be doing a lot. So I'm just going to blur just a little bit. Let's zoom out and see how we're looking. I mean, it already looks like wood, right? But the thing that's missing is a 3-dimensionality. So that's the next push that I'm going to do. We're going to run cracks. We're going to run light. So thinking that the light is coming top right is a typical light that we want. Grab the white. B. So 30%. So B is for brush. 3 for 30% opacity. And I'm just going to kind of come in here and do some crackiness, big brush. Now, because I've got it selected, by the way, I can paint completely off. Do you see how that worked? So everything that I paint is only inside of this little thing. Command Z. That was like too much. I'm going to hit 2 for 20% opacity as I move down there. Oh my goodness, I could go into a faux painting career. Not really. Let's not do that, huh?
That looks awesome though. You could.
Okay, 90% opacity. How come I'm not getting anything? Oh, I don't know what was going on there. And then you always want like that little knot, right? It's like and then to get that, like there's usually just one part that we want tons of highlight on. We probably also want that edge. I want bigger because they're three-dimensional, right?
Yeah.
So now I need this edge. So like true story, I did work as a faux painter, but only for like a summer, um, and only by accident because it was truly just a summer job, and I kind of was able to prove that I was able to do it. Not something, not the most fun job. Most of what I did was just truly massive work on the um, big walls with big spray paint, and I would got all stuff in my hair. Okay, so what I like to do, and I might actually be a little bit too cartoony for your look right now, Anna, but that's okay because if I go like this and I paint this, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to now take this layer and I'm going to go to filter and let's run a filter gallery on it and let's cartoon Susan's style up. It's just popped over onto another screen. I'm going to push it here. A little hard to tell with it on the transparency, but I think we'll get a sense of it. I like artistic and cut out, and oh my gosh, it's so hard to see on those lines. Let me see if I can get this to be here, because sometimes it will show you in context. Have you ever used this tool?
I'm not sure if I've used cutout before, but I know I've used multiple of those.
Yeah, do you see how it's like functioning? Like, and I think that we're not seeing in context here. So edge simplicity, edge fidelity will do stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, it does not seem to be doing in context, and it's hard to see with, I should really have that background layer on, but let's hit OK and see what happens. See how it's like, now it's cartoonized, and there's like little strokes. So it took what I had and it pushed it to a little bit more of like a cartoony. This is very realistic, and this helps me to get cartoony. So that's my suggestion of how to paint really quick wood. There's another way to do it is just to go and get the piece of wood from textures.com and run that filter on it is like a really fast way to make it happen.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I'll save this and I'll put it on the Google Drive for you later to pick up. Thanks for letting me paint on your wood. I love doing all the details.
Thanks for the awesome demo.
You're welcome. Okay.